Hello and welcome to another episode of the Golden Wrestling Convo. I will be uploading my Extreme Rules reaction perhaps later today, perhaps tomorrow, unsure. And I will also be uploading some more Demon Souls soon, so stay tuned for that. But I did want to talk about the statement released by WWE.com earlier today, and stating that they have granted Adam Rose his release. That's right, Adam Rose has asked for his release, and he is gone. So one member of the social outcast is now gone. Um, Pretty sad stuff. I have watched Adam Rose 30 for 30, and I instantly became a fan of him. He's had a rough life, caught some tough breaks. I wish him nothing but the best. Unfortunately, he was suspended a while ago on drug charges, which Adam Rose claimed to have had a doctor's note for. And then after that, I believe he was arrested for domestic battery, which is really sad. I don't want to speculate. I'll leave that up to you. But it's really sad. And I guess Adam Rose asked for some time off to try to find himself, try to figure things out, time to try to work out his problems because it does sound like he's having some issues. So like we do here at the Golden Wrestling Combo, I'm going to look at his options and what I think is best for him. Now, personally, I think his best option is to clean himself up. Um, Take a few months off. Hopefully, he has some money saved up and he can just relax for a bit, try to calm down, get off whatever it is he's on. Unless it's legitimately prescription based, then I understand. But if it isn't prescription based and like it's like roids or something of the sort, then I think he needs to calm down. If it's like marijuana or whatever the fuck, he needs to chill the fuck out. Um, and that's just for the business sake of it. You know what I mean? We all like to party. We all like to have fun sometimes. Who doesn't? But he got caught and it's starting to look bad. So he needs to chill out. Even like before that, once you get a responsible job and you're, a mature adult and you have, responsibilities, one should take that into account and, stop doing the hardcore partying stuff, at least in my opinion. Um, so I think it would be best for him to take a break. If after the break, I think personally, as a wrestling fan, I think he would be best served going to the American Indies and hopefully one day getting accepted into ROH and maybe doing some stuff with their program or their training dojo. I mean, who knows? Maybe ROH has already came calling. Maybe he can just go straight there. I mean, he is a former WWE prospect, so I'm sure his options look fairly good. Um, I think TNA has probably already made an offer. I would hate for him to go to TNA. I think TNA does not help its pro wrestlers. We've seen that Jeff Hardy seems to still be on some kind of drugs. Although it may be a gimmick, I may be getting worked. But from what I've heard on the internet, he seems to still be on drugs. And we've heard that Mr. Kennedy was also found on some drug substances recently. So TNA doesn't seem to be the right working conditions to um, what's the word I'm searching for? To help him. Like it's not a positive place to be. Um, so I would hate to see him go to TNA. However, financially, I understand why he would go to TNA because he does have that child and he does have that family to take care of, and I'm pretty sure TNA would offer a good amount of money and would offer the stability that he needs. However, he would probably be doing the same gimmick or something similar, and as far as the cleaning himself up, I'm unsure if TNA provides the correct ambiance for that, the correct aura, the correct what's the word? Correct, like I'm not sure if it's the correct place for that. Like I don't know if that's the place where he would want to go if he's trying to clean himself up. Is what I'm trying to say. Um, So personally, I think ROH would be his best bet. I always thought he was a good jobber, or as Stan Hansen would call him, a carpenter. Because he's not a jobber, you know what I mean? He's not the kind of guy that only gets that gets no offense and just gets beat up the entire match. He has some pretty cool looking stuff, and he makes his opponents look legit better. So he's somebody that you could use like in any organization. I don't think he does well in New Japan, however, personally. And I think that'd be horrible for his family as well, having to move them all to Japan. And I think they would forcefully want to retrain him. They would try to make him what they call a young lion, and that's not I'm sure that's not something he would want to do. It would be a step back after being on the grandest stage of them all, as they say. Um, I think ROH would be the best, and it would only be a step back because he wouldn't be main eventing or even be on the card. Like realistically, if he were to go to New Japan, they would probably put him in the dojo. He would probably not even be doing shows, which is why I say it'd be a step back. I'm not saying that New Japan is lesser than WWE. What I'm saying is he wouldn't be on the show. Like they would probably throw him in the dojo and try to remake him from scratch. Um, so I think something like ROH would be best because they would also try to remake him, um, try to repackage him, try to remodel him, so to speak. But he would at least be on the card, I think, because like I said, he's a good carpenter. He works well in the ring. He doesn't work well to the point of you know like some other guys, but he works well at putting others over, at making others look good. You know what I mean? I recently saw the work he did with Apollo Cruz, and I thought he made Apollo Cruz look like $1 million. Um, so yeah, I think Adam Rose is a very good carpenter or jobber, and I think he would probably find a good amount of work in the American indie scene. I think ROH would be his best bet. I don't think he acts good enough to do Lucha Underground. I did see one promo he cut that was really good when he was doing like the whole druggy phase, which I got the picture from. I thought that was a pretty good promo, but with the whole drug allegations, that's really not a gimmick you want to be using right now. But it would get him over, in the American indie scene. But I don't think it would work in something like Lucha Underground, unless they do like a junkie character, which maybe could work. But he would have to do like a bunch of high flying moves, and I don't think he has the move set for that. That's actually a place where I don't think he would look good. Same goes for CMLL, and AAA. Um, I think the American Indies would give him some work, especially down south, because he has a name. And I think ROH could work with him and make him better over time. It wouldn't be an easy thing. Um, it's not going to be like a year or two. It may take a while, but I think he would come back stronger than ever if he's willing to go through it because it's not going to be easy. The easy route, like I always say, would be to go to TNA, and it would also be the more stable route. I wouldn't blame him. I mean, some have gone to TNA and come back to WWE. I mean, look at the Dudleys. It's possible to do, but it's not likely. I would say the percentages are pretty low on that. So who's to say? But my my hope as a wrestling fan would be for him to go to the American Indies and do ROH and tough it out for who knows how long, and then become something better, become excellent. ROH's motto is creating excellent, and they've proven time and time again that that's what they do. Um, but as far as the stability is concerned, and as far as the money and having to take care of his child and his family in general, I think he will end up in TNA, and I think that's the right decision for him. Um, as a fan, sometimes I'm selfish, but I I would be okay with him going to TNA. I wouldn't necessarily watch, but I would understand. But as a fan, I would rather he do the American indie scene and tough it out. But it's really tough, and like I said, I understand. It's sad that he asked for his release. It's sad that he's having those issues. I wish him nothing but the best. As WWE says, the best in the future endeavors and whatnot. But honestly and legitimately, he will be in my hopes and in my prayers. I want him to do well. I hate hearing bad stories. You know, so hopefully he'll get out of this rut that he's in and come back stronger than ever. Stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, like always. I should upload my Extreme Rules reaction sometime later. I should do my Demon Souls playthrough in a little bit. I'll be able to upload that. And I didn't record Game of Thrones because that's personal. You don't want to see me crying. Game of Thrones won last night, by the way. What was better, Game of Thrones or Extreme Rules? Game of Thrones, obviously. Game of Thrones slaughtered. Okay. So I will catch y'all next time. Peace.